Take a look at this website. It has animations. It has all my tutorials. I can filter them. It has a knowledge base area, which is really good for the search results. So if I click on Elementor, I see in an easy to understand way what Elementor is. It has internal links, which is good for the search results. It links to my tutorials that are related. I have an interactive contact form. If people fill this in, I get this in my inbox. And the website is optimized for all devices. And I made this website just by telling Claude what I wanted. But that's not even the crazy part. Look at this. If I see something in the website I want to change, I make a screenshot. Then I go to Claude, I upload the screenshot, and I say, show the latest tutorial big at the left and the other two tutorials in 1/3 at the right without an excerpt. Hit enter, I refresh it. There you go, now it looks like this. If I click over here on one of the tutorials, what I want to do over here on this page, I want to show all the headings. So I make a screenshot, add all the headings to the on this page widget. Now if I scroll down, look at this. It goes with us, and if I think, hey, Black Friday, I click over here, I go to that part. That's how easy it is. I'm just having a conversation with Claude as if it's my web designer. I tell it what I want and it performs it for me. If I've created a new tutorial, I grab this link, I go to Claude, I say, here is my latest tutorial, place it on the website. I paste the link, hit enter, there it is. I click on it, it automatically starts. Look at this. So that's how I can adjust my website. I just select something or I make a screenshot and I tell Claude what I want. And one more thing, really important, we'll make our website compliant for every single visitor in the whole world. So based on where they come from, they see a certain cookie, they can adjust it, reject it, accept it, so we're compliant in the whole world. So in this tutorial, I will show you step by step how you can create websites like this just by telling Claude what you want. And when you follow all the steps in this tutorial, you can create websites like these for yourself or for clients and help them to generate business and help yourself to generate business. So if you're ready, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do, I assume you already have a Claude account. If you don't have that, let's go to ferdy.com/Claude. Sign up using your email address, confirm your email address, then fill in some details. Then we go to pricing. There is a free plan, but it doesn't work with creating websites. So if you want to create a website like in this tutorial, we need to go for the pro plan. That is more than enough to create your first websites, even to create your second website. If you want to create multiple websites, dozens of websites, then you can go with the max plan. I will go with pro. What you get for this is Claude Code. We're going to use that. We're going to use Claude Cowork. You can use Claude Design. This is everything you need in order to create your first website. So I click on Try Claude, pay per year. I fill in my details. I agree over here, and then I click on Subscribe and Pay. And then download Claude for your desktop by clicking on the link over here. So it's pretty straightforward. I download this. I drag it over here. Then I open Applications. I search for the C. There it is, Claude. Then I need to log in with my Claude login details. Then you see this over here. The first thing I want to do, click over here, go to your name, settings, and then a general, change the appearance to dark. So this part is super important. Here we're going to say to Claude what kind of website we want to create. Well, first of all, decide over here what you want to use. Opus 5 or Fable 5. I prefer Opus 5 over here. It's also a lot cheaper. You can change the effort. I leave it at high. And then say what you would like to say to a company that will make your website. So I just start writing what the website I have in mind, and then I'll show you how you can improve the prompt. So what I said over here, make this prompt for Claude Opus 5 better. So we're going to create a prompt that will be improved. And that's the prompt we're going to send to Claude. And I want to teach people how to make a website. And I want to have a website with an overview of my latest tutorials and what I can do for people. So here I talk about my landing page, the homepage. And then I talk about a knowledge base. I want to have a knowledge base with a lot of terms: MCP, CSS, HTML, Novamira, Elementor, WordPress, so that people can learn what that is. And that's also a great way to be found better in the search results. I already have a website, Ferdy.com, and I will give Claude permission that it can use information from the current Ferdy.com. So I can say, make this prompt for Claude Opus 5 better in Opus 5, or you can go to ChatGPT. I prefer ChatGPT. I think it's better in creating prompts. So I paste it over here. Then I hit enter and then it will come up with a prompt for me. But I leave it to you. You can use ChatGPT or Claude. Here you go. Look at this. This is a prompt I would not be able to create in a few minutes, but ChatGPT can do that. So what I do, I copy the prompt, I close this, and then I paste it over here. Get rid of this one. So there it is. And now here, Opus 5, hi, I click on send message. And now a website will be created. If this is too small for you, Command, Control, plus, you can make it bigger. So here it is after 10 minutes. So here's the index. Everything is a single file. I can download the zip, download and open. I go to site to index.html. The first thing I see is there's a placeholder image over here. It moves. More than 1 million subscribers. And by the way, this is my current website where it got inspiration from. So now we have this website. I really like it. What I also see is that this is not full width. So let's fix that. If I scroll down, okay, I like it. Some animations listed among the best places to learn WordPress. Ooh, nice. Tutorials. I like it. I like the colors. I like the style. I like how clean it looks. I think this is amazing. So with Opus 5, you can create amazing websites. Wow. Okay, so let's take a look at this area over here. So what I do, I create a screenshot. Then I go to Claude. I click on the plus, add files or photos. Then I say, make the header on every page full width. Then hit enter. There was a problem. Now it's fixed. So the new version, download and open. It's fixed. I like it, the animations. Learn to build websites the way I wish someone had taught me. Well, that's true. It got this information from Ferdy.com. You can also add other links from other websites as inspiration for design or for content. Nice, the categories. If you click on start here, what happens? Every tutorial in one place, complete builds, no overview. Wow, all the tutorials. So I can filter them. Elementor, automation, OmniSend MCP tutorial, design, everything. I like it, how this is displayed. The knowledge base. Every term you'll meet explained like a person would explain it by AI. That's funny. I thought it was funny. So back up, let's click on it. I have to click over here. Maybe I can make this whole clickable. Oh, I need to click on the title. That's weird. Ooh, ooh. That's nice. I can go to the other letters. To blog posts or videos, tutorials. Next one, CDN. Look at this, even images or images, not images, but wow. Oh man, I love this. It's getting better and better every time I use it. We can implement email marketing, really nice. Wow, the footer, links, affiliate disclosure. That's not a real page, so I should go to Claude and say that it should be a real page. But overall, really nice. And I'm convinced that everything will be looking great on other devices. That is in a lot of times the case these days. Okay, how about a phone? Really nice. So now I should go through every single area of the website and then say what I want. For instance, I don't want a homepage. So I go to Claude and I say, remove the homepage from the header. People can click on the logo. Next, go to the website. Later on, I will replace this image. Latest tutorials, exactly what I asked for. Show the latest 3 tutorials. Wow, I like the design, the colors. Here you go. Here you go to the tutorials with the categories. Shorter reads. I can say over here, I want to get rid of the articles area on the homepage. Go back to the website. I like it. If I want to change something, just say it over here. Change the subject, make a screenshot, say, hey, over here, change the content. I really like it. How about the About page? I've been building a website since 1999. An image of me, maybe in 1999. I have an image of myself from a long time ago. I could use it over here to show people that I was already making websites at the time. This should be replaced. It says what it wants. So what I could do in my case, I could go over here, grab these images and place them over here. Wow. Wow, a timeline. Hey schat.
Zet de camera nu op pauze?
Nee.
Komt het op internet?
Nee, ik ga het niet op het internet plaatsen. Oh man, I really like this. The thing is, this website is on my computer. As you see over here, users Ferdy Korpershoek downloads prototype 1. Now, let's say I make an adjustment. So I say over here, privacy, terms, affiliate disclosure. I go to Claude. This is how I work. I go to the desktop. Here's the new screenshot. And I say, create content for those 3 pages. Make them link to the content. What happens now? If I hit enter, a new prototype will be created. So when I refresh this, it will stay the same because this is still prototype 1. And if the adjustments are made, a new version will be created. Well, that's not the best way to work. So here back at Claude, it has created 3 pages. And now I can download everything. So I click on download all. Or actually I can just download this one. And it will open it. So there's prototype 3. If I go to sites and I go to index. So this is not the same anymore. So here, if I refresh this, it's still not working. It's going back to the top of the page. But over here, there I go. There's the privacy policy page. How cool is that? The thing what I don't like is that every time I make an adjustment, I have a new file. So now it's prototype 3. I don't want it. In order to fix that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to publish this website. And the great thing is when you have published this website, you can still make adjustments and those will be pushed towards your live website with a free domain. So let me show you how to do that. In order to do that, we're going to use Hostinger Connector with that. Hostinger is a really big web hosting company that can help you to host your website. So what it will provide for us is a domain name, a free domain name. A domain name is the address of your website. And then you need web hosting. What is web hosting? Web hosting is a place where all the files of your website are stored. And you can also create email accounts with it. There's so much more you can do. I have a complete hosting tutorial for that. Right now, let me show you how to get a web hosting and a free domain name and then link Claude with it. So every adjustment you make in Claude will be published on your live website. In order to do that, we go to ferdy.com/connector, hit enter. You can also click on the link in the description or in the first comment. And Hostinger makes it really easy for you to connect Claude with your new web hosting account with your free domain name. And if you somehow don't like the service, you can get your money back. No questions asked within 30 days. So over here, I click on Get Plan. There are 2 plans. You can get started with the left one, which is business. What I like is that you can have up to 50 websites on this account. This is all more than enough, but what I really like is NVMe storage. Before you had hard drives, then there was flash memory. Now you have NVMe, which is up to 5 times as fast as flash memory. It's blazing fast. So I click on Choose Plan. Then I can give you some extra discount by clicking here and filling in Ferdy. Hit Apply. And then if you want to, you can choose your billing period. You can go for 4 years. If you want to, you can also go for a year. I go for a year, 12 months. Okay, and then we can get our free domain name over here. I already have Ferdy.com. So if I would say Ferdy.com, it says it's not available anymore. So I go for Ferdy with 3 Y's. That one is still available. It's free. And then over here, I change the period to 1 year. For the first year, it is completely free. So for $53.89, you can get your own web hosting account. It can be that it looks a little bit more because you're from a different country. If you have a company, you can subtract the taxes and then it will be less money. Over here, $53.89. I click on continue. I need to register, so let me do that. Fill in the password and a phone number if you want to. I agree over here and then click on register. Then I need to fill in some details, my billing address and stuff. Ferdy, Korpershoek, phone number, my address and stuff. If I've done that, I click on continue. Then my payment method, I can pay with card, with PayPal, Google Pay, Apple Pay, a lot of ways, depending also where you come from. So I will go with card. And then I click on submit payment. Congratulations, your journey begins now. Now let's connect Claude with our brand new website. So where would you like to start? What you can do, you can click over here, change it to the language you prefer. You can choose a lot of languages. I keep it with English. Now we see this. How would you like to start? Well, what I want to do, I want to click on the X. I want to do something else. So I don't need this. I'm really appreciative of it, but I click on the X. I click on leave. Now over here at the left, I go to domains. I go to this one. Let me click on later over here. And I want to set up my free domain. So I click over here, set up. I need to fill in some details over here. And then I click on register. Now we can start using our new domain. Keep in mind that you need to verify your email address within 2 weeks in order for your domain to stay active. Now we go to Claude desktop. What I will do, I will download the latest prototype. So I click on download and open. Then I go to my downloads. Over here, there's Ferdy.com prototype 3. What I will do, I will go to site. Then I say Ferdy.com. And then I can drag it to the desktop or to a special place. For instance, I can create a new folder calling Ferdy's websites, Claude websites, whatever I want to call this. Right now, I drag this to the desktop. Now I click over here and I switch from Claude Cowork to Claude Code. Then, by the way, over here, I can change from Opus 5 to Fable 5 or something else. I can change the effort to faster or smarter. Then, if you already have a folder over here next to local, click over here and click on open folder. If this is your first website, click on the plus, then select the folder here at the desktop. This is mine, but since I already have a folder opened, I click over here on this folder that's opened. I click on open folder. Now I go to the desktop, Ferdy.com. It needs to have an HTML file. I click on open and then it will ask me, do I trust this workspace? The question is, do you trust your workspace? If you don't, say cancel and start watching another video on YouTube. If you trust it, click on trust workspace. There you go. Now we are working from within this workspace. You can see that by this area. It is selected. What I want to do, I want to get a script that will link our website that we've created over here using Claude with our new domain. In order to do that, I go back to Ferdy.com/connector. Then there's this button, install extension. Then we select Claude Code. I copy this over here. And if you feel like it, you can type it. Sometimes I like a challenge. Right now, I prefer to go for copy. Now I go back to Claude Code and I paste it over here and I hit enter. Now we can connect Claude Code on the desktop with Hostinger, with our brand new website, with our brand new domain. So I click on allow. If you don't see this, then close Claude on your desktop and then reopen it and paste the prompt again. That should fix it. And now Claude Code is linked through Hostinger connector with our website. Let me go to Claude. It's saying a few things. I see Ferdy somewhere. So if I go to Ferdy.com, there it is. Now, if I adjust something from within Claude Code, it will be deployed at once over here at Ferdy.com. So I go to tutorials. Now I see tutorials.html. If I click over here, I go to Ferdy.com.index. So what I will say, I make a screenshot. And over here at Claude, I say, when people click on the logo, don't let them go to Ferdy ferdy.com/index.html, but let them go to the root. Ferdy.com just ferdy.com. Hit enter. So it is adjusted now. If I go to knowledge base and I go back to the logo, it goes to the root. So this is how we can adjust our website from now on. That's so much easier. And one other thing I like to say is that 2 months ago or a month ago, I was making a website for my church just as a test. Our church is called Wave Makers. Don't ask me why. And I'm gonna make a new website, and I was trying to do that using Claude and Fable 5. And I got a message from someone like, hey, there's a weird website, Wave Makers, with 3 S's in the search results on top. What's happening? So my website that I created with Fable 5 was found on top of the search results when people search for Wave Makers. So it's working when you make websites like this. So I really like that. Again, if I go to tutorials, I see .html next to everything. If I go to the knowledge base, which I really like, let's go to the G of Gutenberg. You see HTML. So the next thing I will say is get rid of all the HTML or .texts in the URL on the whole website. So when people go to, let's copy this, show it as without HTML. And that for every page. You see, English is not my main language. I'm just like I'm sitting next to a web designer saying, this is what I want. Fix it for me. And then it will be fixed. This is so cool. I really like it. And then the websites we make can be found in the search results, and the websites for ourselves or for others, for clients, can get more business through the search results. And to be honest, I don't consider myself to be a designer, but I think this looks amazing. Normally, I had to create custom post types for this. Creating this using HTML or using CSS and stuff, man, I would make an image of this. But since it's HTML, CSS, this can be found in the search results. And look at this, when I scroll down to a new area, I see this. I can click on related tutorials. Look how beautiful this is just by prompting. We can link, how do you say that? Email marketing with this. I love it. I go to the terms. That's the next thing I saw over here. So I just continue and I say, make this text in all legal pages wider. This is not right. Let's see if it understands it. So let's see what it will come up with. If this will be gone and this will be wider. You can also make a list of everything. Don't hit enter every time. Just make a list with everything you see, add images, and then send it to Claude and it will fix it. So let me be back with you when it has done that. So what I should do, I should get rid of the HTML to see if it's working, and then see how this will look. This works. Yes, this is also better. Let's go to the other pages, terms. Oh, this was terms. How about privacy? Yeah. So what I see now, I go to the homepage. No index.html. I go to tutorials. Tutorials. If I go to a specific tutorial, it looks like this. So nobody will see like, hey, it's an HTML website. I really like it. So now it's a matter of adjusting it to my wishes. If I take a look at the homepage, there's no image of mine. So now I can go to my website, see what I want to fix. I want to have a different logo. I want to have an image over here. So I go to Claude and I just start typing things. So I can go to files. I have some files over here. A new logo, SVG. Let's see if it works. So I open everything in Claude. I say change the logo to the SVG logo. So on top of the website, of the homepage, use the white logo. Let's see how that is on other pages. Tutorials, yes. So let's see, I think every page The top is like logo. And when you start scrolling, okay. And when the visitor starts scrolling, use the regular SVG logo. And normally when it doesn't understand me, if I would talk to a web designer, it will say, what do you mean? So I just say it how I would like to say it. And then if it doesn't understand it, I will see that. So I also can get rid of this Ferdy. Let's see if it understands that. What else? Of course, what I say over here, this logo is this one. Use the image on the homepage in the header and use all other images to replace the placeholder images. If there is nothing fitting, let me know. That's how I go to the website. I hit enter right now because that's enough for now. So I will get a new logo and a new image over here, and all the other images, the placeholders, will be recreated. And what I found out since I use Claude, I always said you need images to boost the quality of your website. But if I take a look at this, almost no images, I think it looks amazing. At the end of the day, the question is your website performing? Is it bringing new clients? Is it performing in the search results? If the answer is yes, you're doing an amazing job. So let's take a look at the new version. Let me close this, and close this. Refreshferdy.com. There it is, the logo. If I scroll down, it becomes a dark logo. I think it's too big. If this color is over here, maybe I should display it more on other places. Here should be more padding on the top, but I'm okay with this. So how about the other images? Let's go to about. Okay, nice. It decides for itself that there should be this image. Yeah, there's no family image. I will create it one. So now I can spend an hour fixing my website and showing that to you, but of course your website will be different than mine. So I hope this was clear. Now it's a matter of adjusting this. Hey, I want the logo to be 70% of what it is right now. When I scroll down, I want this bar to be lighter, and you can be specific how light you want it to be. What I also like to say, because over here, there's no link, make sure there is no link that is not working. So now it's a matter of adjusting everything until you're happy with the website, and then go to Claude and say, optimize my website for the search results. I think this is amazing. Wow. And what I should do, of course, really important, tell Claude to place real websites or real tutorials over here, because if I click over here, hey, that's something that's not right. It should be in the center. So this is something I would definitely say, bring the tutorial to the center, but start to use real tutorials over here and fetch them from Ferdy.com. So that's what I should do. I can understand that if you have a company with a website, you want to be able for people to reach out to you. So since that is something that's quite a big subject on itself, I will make a different tutorial about that. You can watch it over here. And if you're at the end of this tutorial, then you can click over here or over there. It's optimized for also all the pages. And if you see something you'd like to adjust, just let it know. For instance, more space over here, just create a screenshot. That's how it works. So I made a few more adjustments just by having a conversation with Claude. So if I go to tutorials, look at this. All my tutorials from Ferdy.com. I can filter them or go back to everything. So let's take a look over here. It's now in the center. Information. And look at this. Terms explained. So there I go to the knowledge base if I click on that. And that is super good for the search results, having internal links, and it's all automated. So if I want to create or add a new tutorial, I just add it using Claude, saying, hey, this is a new tutorial, this is the link, this is some information about it, place it on my website, and automatically it will be placed over here. So I want to give you everything in the tutorial. I don't want to get you into trouble. I want to help you to have a fully functional website that is working and is completely compliant with everything. So I go to Claude. And what I will say, really important. One more important thing. Make my website compliant from all over the world. Create all the pages necessary. Let's say create all the legal pages necessary. Place them on right place in the website and make sure that based on people's region, the right compliant pop-up will appear. When people reject certain cookies, make sure they are not activated on the website. When people accept the cookies, make them all active. There you go. Super important. Now we have a website that's optimized for all devices, optimized for the search results. It looks great and it can rank in Google and it is compliant all over the world. So let me show you how it looks. So let's refresh this. There you go. You can reject it, you can accept it, you can customize it. Look at this. Based on where people come from, it will be adjusted based on their region. I accept all. Now I'm fully compliant. Super cool. That's the way the cookie crumbles. So thank you for watching this tutorial. I've seen tutorials from competitors. There are so many new updates, new ways to make websites. And what I also do, I take a look at the comments, like what are people missing? I want my tutorials to cover everything. So what I can imagine is that you're missing the contact form. I'll make a separate tutorial about that on this website and show you how to create it, how to make it work. So when people fill in a message, you get a beautifully displayed message in your inbox. So if you want to watch that tutorial, click over here. If you have any feedback from me, I don't want to sell any BS. I want to show people how to create websites that are really working. And if you have any question or feedback, let me know. Feel free to like the video and subscribe for more upcoming tutorials. And then I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.